Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around explaining how to get Zana in your hideout, and also kind of talking a little bit about the other masters if you wanted to know as well. I'm going to talk about them a little bit because it's more basically the same thing, but Zana is the most important one because she's going to give you a daily mission to do a map, and the other ones are of course also going to give you daily missions. But we're talking specifically on Zana. I made videos in the past talking about this, but this is the newest one, and this is what it basically looks like now as of 3.9, and I think this is going to be the last mission, or I wouldn't call the last mission. I was about to, but the last time I'm going to do a video like this, because this is 3.9. The next patch is going to be the Path of Exile 2, or I guess it's the same game as they're talking about. It's just two different missions or campaigns, I guess. But I don't think they're going to change anything else with Path of Exile 1 as of 3.9, because the other one, like I said, is 4.0. So no more mission, or I guess no more changes to this. And if there is, I'm probably going to make a revisit this video or redo one, so you guys are updated on how to get your Zana. And it's not super complicated, but if you haven't tried it before, it can be quite like how do you do and so on. I'm also going to explain a little bit how you get into the maps and stuff like that. But first of all, let's talk about real quick about the other of the masters there are, because you probably found them all through your playthrough. So like there's a few guys. There is the I think he's Inknar, I think his name is. He's in Act 2. You kind of find him and you do missions for him. So you just have to go to the different towns of the different acts, and they should be standing there, and they should be able to if you have done the introduction mission, helped him with whatever, then you should be able to invite him to your hideout. And then when you then later on get into your atlas, and I'm just going to open my atlas right now, you can see there starts being mission on this side. And I can see I have 2 missions for Zana, 5 for the other ones, and it keeps stacking up day after day, and you can just keep doing them. And it's a really good idea to do them, but I'll show you why later. So you're done with Act 10, you are now in Oriath, and usually before, Zana is actually standing right there, but that's because I've done all the stuff for her. So what you want to do is that you want to go through the laboratory, as we have done before in the other ones, and you want to complete whatever mission or expansion there is going on right now, and kind of take the initiative of what basically going on, and kind of just help everybody out. And when you've done that, you just get your, I guess we can go to the hideout and kind of show you what I mean by that. But when you go to your hideout, it's not going to look like this. This is my hideout, right? But the thing is, you're going to find yourself the map device, and you're going to start getting, can you start doing missions from people. If you don't have the map device, you can also go to some of the other guys you have acquired, like Edgar. Let's just talk about him. He says the Atlas mission, so you can put it here and it opens up this, and then you put your map inside of here. You should have a map that dropped for you. If you haven't, you can buy it from other people. You can also buy maps from Zana, but since you don't have it yet, it's going to be a little bit hard. But you should have a map drop for you, or you can farm it yourself. I guess if you're playing on solo self-found, you can't buy it from other people, but then I suggest you run from the Black Aqueducts to the High Gate and back and forth on that path again and again, because there should be a map at some point dropping a tier 1 map. I think only tier 1 maps can drop from there. I'm pretty sure you can't get tier 2, but I could be surprised. But if you don't have the map device, you can just do it, use this one. But I think if there's already a master guy in there, I don't think that you can get the Zana to spawn. So I would just use the map device. There's also one in the laboratory. I think it's broken though as of this expansion, but I could be wrong on that. But at least the point is that you just do the mission. The Atlas is going to open up for you, and that means that you can start hunting Zana. And by hunting Zana, all you have to do is basically, now I have this fancy map tab, but basically with this one you can also very easily see that the Atlas bonus is complete on this, for example. And all the white ones here means that these maps only has to be blue, basically. So you just take your transmutation, I can just take, let me just take, I haven't done, is there one here in tier 2 I haven't done? Oh yeah, there's plenty. So I'm gonna take this graveyard because I haven't done that one, and I'm just gonna take a transmute, make it blue. You can also use your chisels if you want to make the quality. Make sure that it's white before you do so, because it's gonna take your extra if it's blue or it's yellow basically. And I think this rolled with 2 affixes. Yeah, if it doesn't, I can just click this one and get an extra mod on it if I want to do that. It doesn't have to be more than blue. You can also use an alchemy on it. They'll just turn in blue, yellow, and be quite stronger, and you might have to do that. If you don't like what you got, for example, elemental damage, no, I don't want that. I'm gonna use one of these alterations on it, and I got extra lightning damage and point blank. And that's fair enough. I can do that. It's only a tier 2 map. I am only level 78, so it's not. It's still kind of a little bit dangerous for me, but basically that's how you make your maps. And the same thing is with crafting gear and stuff like that. The same thing is with maps. If you don't have that fancy map tab, you can always go to your atlas if you open up that. Or keep track of it before you get your atlas. But in here, you can also track on which ones you have done. I'm going to zoom in as much as I can, and if you can see here, it also tell you. I think I can't see any of them that is yellow right now. But the point is, it says kill the boss of magic or higher version, and it even says blue. But I think it's something to do when because I have already one of these. I think I can put this one in here, and these should turn into here, and I think still be in magic. Okay, I thought it actually went up in tiers, but still, the point is, if you're concerned, if you're doing it good enough, you can always run it one time and as blue, and then if it doesn't say complete in the end, then when you kill the boss, you had to do it on. That. But if you do have the fancy map tab, you can see that these first 5, tier 5 has to be, they have to be just blue. The next one, the next 5 also has to be, or have to be yellow, and the last one has to be corrupted. So you yellow them, and then you corrupt it with a, value after that. So I guess you can also just copy this. So say the first 5 is that, and the next 5 is that, and then the rest of them being that. If you don't have that fancy map tab, and you don't really need it if you don't want to. But if you didn't want to do a mission with one of the guys, you can just go over here, click the Atlas one, and put your map inside and activate it, and then he will be in there in the map. But I do have Zana, and I can open up. If I do so, I open up this, I activate it, and I'm gonna run down here because it's not gonna open up there. It's gonna open around my map device, and now Zana is gonna be in the map. So basically that's it for doing that, but you do have to just run maps. I think I got Zana around tier 3, so if you can get to tier 3, do that at least. I think that's where she starts spawning or something like that. She's not gonna probably be in the first maps, but try to do as many maps as you can. And also do as many different as you can, because right down here, the more unique maps not unique maps in the sense of a unique map like this one, but every map you do, you get this 15 out of, well, you get one more. When I complete this mission, for example, this map, it will say 16, and there's a bigger chance of me or dropping maps for you. So you're just gonna be overwhelmed by maps at some point. You're just gonna have so many maps because this is gonna be, the completion bonus is gonna be so high. So just keep doing maps. If you don't find her, still just keep doing maps. It's not guaranteed that you're gonna find Zana at tier 3, but yeah, that's just where I found her this time around. So I'm just gonna not cut the video right here, but I'm gonna take the last part. I'm gonna show you when I have I'm gonna do a Zana mission or stuff like that. So I'm gonna catch you in the next clip where I am doing, well, not the Zana mission, but I'm just doing the last part of it. Alright guys, you have now entered the map, or in this case I have already cleared it. As you can see, it's all cleared, so now we can basically do Zana, and we have found her in the map as well. So I wanted to add this little point to the last of the video, just to kind of make the full guide, or kind of how it all is. It might be very simple actually when you go through it and you see it, but I just wanted to add this as well, and also kind of what she what she looks like, but also kind of what she does. A little thing I want to add is that you can see up here, I'm pretty sure you hopefully can see it, it says 2 monsters remaining. That means that 2 monsters are left in the map. So if you're clearing a map for the first time, or it just in general, make sure that these monsters here will always tell you when you hit the tab button. It will always tell you how many monsters there's left. If there's more than 50 monsters, it's going to say more than 50 monsters left, and you want to get down below at least 50. So 2 monsters remaining is good. 0 is better, of course, but as long as you get to at least under the 50, that's a very good map, or clear basically. But what I wanted to show was when you didn't click on Zana, you can click select missions. It will actually open itself, but I already cheated and opened it, kind of looked what was in there. But it's gonna give you all these. I'm not sure how many maps it's gonna give you every time. I think sometimes it also can be like I think there's 5 here, so 6 or 7 maps, and I guess it can also be filled completely up. I doubt it will be, but there's at least it's going to be a good handful of missions you can do. And in this, you can first of all, you can see if you hover over them what the map is going to be. So this is another peer map. I'm doing the peer map now. And if I complete this, or how to complete the mission for her is to slay the monsters in the trap essence. So that's an essence map. And also below here it says don't die or leave Zana's map. That means that you only get 1 portal. So if you die or you leave because you have full inventory, you will fail the mission. So keep that in mind. There is a few different ones. I can explain them if they are not really looking here. But so you just have to find the essence. It might be one you have to find, or 2 or 3 or something like that. But it will say on the right side when you find one how many more you have to do to complete the mission. And sometimes they are timed, and sometimes they are timed in a way like you get like 5 minutes to complete it, or you get the one I really love to do is the one when you kill, the more monsters you kill, the more time you get. So you can get up to like 10 minutes or something like that if you have a really speedy build, for example. But this is like slay the monsters in trap, and a bonus feature is that if you haven't completed the peer map, as I talked about earlier, how to complete a map basically, this will do it. So I have done a beach map. I have not done an alleyway yet. So if I do this one, because it's blue or higher, it's actually yellow, doesn't matter actually, but it is at least blue, right? So this will when I defeat the boss in this one, it will count towards the whole map thing that I was talking about earlier. And in this one, we have to complete the essence, complete the missions within the limit time. The same thing here is with the beach map. Here you have to slay corrupted boss, don't leave or die in the map. The last one here is to slay the harbingers. Complete the mission within the time limit. Slaying monsters increases the time limit. So this is one I would be doing. But do again, look, for example, this one reflects 13% of elemental damage, and I actually do some elemental damage. So I will actually have that reflected upon me. So sometimes you might want to do this mission, or this is one you have to complete to your atlas. Do keep in mind that this will be in the map. And the last one is to also some corrupted monsters and don't leave the mission. So I like to do the ones that gives you the most like loot out of it, and I would think that this would actually be the one with Abyss in the end. I would think that would give us the most, and this one also seems like to be fairly okay. I haven't done the alleyway map, so that would get a completion as well. If you already have done, like I have already done this Pierce map, I won't get it completed again when I'm doing this. So but you get a bunch of maps and you can get them all over the place and stuff like that, as I probably talked about before. But I just wanted to add this in the end to kind of do the complete map over, or how you get your Zana in your hideout. It's not that super complicated, but I've done videos in the previous, as I said in the beginning. And so yeah, just wanted to get everything in there. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And again, check out the description for all the other stuff that I mentioned. So again, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!